What's going on, everyone? This is Smitty here, and just wanted to talk about read and react and it being authentically replicated in the game here. And I have two different instances that I'm gonna talk about here. This one's a man coverage situation and a zone coverage situation. Secondly, but now I'm seeing the man in zone coverage play is better, most definitely than Madden 13 as well as NCAA 14. But that's not saying way too much because they're both were pretty, both of those games it was pretty bad as far as the secondary play. But I'm definitely seeing a lot more realistic outcomes happen in this year's title for sure. Now, as I just ran it there in slow motion for you guys, as you see how it played out accordingly, you have the corner. He's covering his receiver. He's got his eyes on the receiver, and he's not following. He's not mirroring his route here. He's following him in respective stride, following him accordingly. He looks up for the ball after the wide receiver looks up for the ball, and then he makes the adjustment to the inside and picks off the ball accordingly, and then he gets stopped respectively. These are the kind of results that we wanted to see happen more often, and we're finally starting to get it to happen a bit more often, but we need to see it happen on a truly more streamlined, consistent basis. Now, in this secondary example here, talking about the zone coverage here, as you see, I was able to get in there for the score here, but the things that we're going to look at here, as you can see, you're going to see how the defender, they ran into each other there, and he was able to get in for six. Now we're going to get into as to why he was able to get in there for six in just a moment here, and the focus here is going to be on the linebackers, DJ Williams as well as James Anderson. I'm pull up their ratings here in a moment here and check out the respective ratings, and then we'll look at the play. Now, as I go to the team here and go to Williams, the key ratings that I'm looking at is the awareness, as you see there, and which he has 86, and you're going to see the play recognition, pursuit, as well as the man coverage and the zone coverage ratings. Now, the thing that you're going to see here is that with DJ, he's going to have the better ratings overall. I mean, he's better. He has the higher overall rating, but when it comes to the coverage aspect in terms of zone play and pursuit, the only category they're truly tied with is pursuit. But as you can see here, they have the same pursuit rating as I look at Anderson. Play recognition is lower. Man and zone coverage are both lower. Now, in this instance, we're talking about zone coverage. So as we go to the replay here, and we focus it in on DJ, and put it on Williams here. Now, when the ball is snapped, the thing you're gonna see here is um, he's gonna be watching the QB initially, like he's looking back at the QB, but then he takes his eye off the ball for just a second. Now, is when the ball is thrown when it happens. Now this can happen in football. This does happen. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just showcase the right side of the field there because there were threats over there. But the thing I respect is that his body reacted the way it should have, but his head didn't go back. His head should have went back first and then the body followed. But he did, he reacted accordingly. His body reacted as if, he made the mistake and he made the misread because his attention was diverted, and he ends up undercutting his teammate that had the better shot at possibly getting a hand on Jacobs there for running into the end zone. And as we look at, and now let's look at the play of Williams. I mean, excuse me, of Anderson. Now, when the ball is snapped, you see him first, he's looking back at the QB, and then he acknowledges the threat in his zone. So Pettigrew comes in, he's watching him for a moment, but then he focuses right back on the QB, so he's watching him the entire time, and he goes ahead and he makes the move respectively. And he starts to take that proper angle of pursuit, but then because Williams took the bad angle, or because his attention was diverted, his progress was halted, and then I was able to get in for 6. So that's one of those situations where you have the better rated player make the miscue compared to the lesser rated player that made the right read. That's just like an example where I had tweeted about in the NFC Championship game where Matt Ryan had fumbled a snap, a routine snap, a clean snap, to him, and he's rated 95 overall in Madden. And I'm like, that's interesting to see. I would like to see these great players, or good players, make these mistakes and miscues. And it's nice to see these kind of outcomes finally start to happen in Madden. So on that note, they just got to keep pushing forward, and we want to see more of this moving forward as well. So thanks for watching. This is Smitty, and I'm out. Peace. Also, tune in on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, to the Sim Perspective radio show, Sim Radio for the Sim Gamer. All the details in terms of the site and contact number are in the description below.